Welcome to Compton Shenanigans. Today we're going to be swapping some parts from this engine to this engine. This is if you watched the previous video, this is the Fun Power that I rebuilt, and somewhere along the line I screwed that one up really bad, which you'll see later. And this one is the Raptor 3. All it needs is gaskets filled with oil, and it should start and run. So we're gonna swap out gaskets from here to here, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So first, there's no oil in this one. The seal does look okay. I won't bother getting it. Ooh, wow, it's on there. I forget a bolt. Screwdriver. Come on in here closer. This is. Oh, that is yeah, I'll probably hold off. Look how clean we are. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's right. You can tell on with that. All right. So this motor, I didn't do anything to except for clean it out. So we're gonna not do anything to this. We're just gonna put a gasket on that, slap that back on. Then we'll take the head off and put a used crusty head gasket on it. We should still have fuel from the last motor test because oh, come on, I didn't even clean all that off. All right. That looks better. Nice and good enough. Alright, so let's hope this aftermarket 5 horsepower gasket works. Oh yeah, that's nice. That'll fit nice. So I can't find parts for this motor, but apparently everything for a standard stock 5 horse Briggs motor fits this motor. So apparently, so far, everything looks good. Means that head gasket is probably good. Fit. That seal's probably pretty good because it sure is not moving. We're getting there. All right. I'll throw these back on to make sure we don't get oil squirting out of this thing. This time we're going to remember to put oil in it. But we are going to, yeah, we're going to put oil in it before we spin it this time. Just kind of see if that helps the motor. Like all summer I was like, I don't have parts for that, and then I had them gaskets sitting up there. It was a gamble on whether or not stuff would fit. Too big. Alright, and we're going to torque these to tight. Double check. Good. 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 Alright, that's one of the hard parts. Now it won't leak oil, in theory. I'm going to get this straight pipe exhaust off so we can get the head off, or whatever this is. Tighten. I wonder if that's got a gasket. It does not. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. What's that one? That looks smaller. This gasket might work. We'll make it work. Intake has a gasket already hanging here. It might actually be the exhaust gasket. No. One of these will work, I'm sure. I hope that wasn't used oil. A little dark. Alright, so I got the, I guess, valve cover head off and sprayed some lube down. When I tore this motor apart years ago, one of these two valves was stuck open. I think that's why it didn't run anymore. It's not full, but it's, I don't know if I got other oil. Oh, I'm gonna give it some. I'm gonna give it some full synthetic. Have to eat on that a little. When you fill these things up with oil, they should be on a level surface, and you fill them up until it pours out, and then it's full. That's it. We got some rotilla too, but I don't want to reach it. Try not to make a big mess. Yeah, that's full. me get a light on that for you. So you can see it's, you know, it's full. Kinda. You can see in there, it's full. It's good. Maybe. Good enough. That's the first time it's had oil in it since I bought it. Oh, got it for free. Didn't run, so free. Turns out the stuck valve is probably the only problem. So right now we're gonna spin it a couple times and check for. I think it was this valve that was sticking, but it put some spray lube on there. That's that snot looking stuff up there. I give it a couple spins, make sure everything's not, that clicking you're hearing is this starter recoil clutch stuff. Oh, it's even blowing out of the breather. Sweet. Woo. 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 Okay, that's not fun. Alright, it doesn't look like we're going to get a stuck valve problem this time. So it will probably start and run. Look, the gasket fits too. Alright, so all 5-horse parts work with 5-horse motors. Fine. Could have just said that instead of 6 to 8 months worth of, you don't sell parts for that motor, because it's not a motor. Alright, there are 2 different sizes of bolts for this motor. And maybe? Yeah, they're all the same size. Alright. Well, traditionally you'd have bigger ones on the exhaust side than the intake side, but these are all the same size, so I guess it really don't matter. Yeah, but once this gasket's in, and we'll make sure it's got spark and it's probably got compression, and then we're, you know, gas tank away from running. So it really doesn't matter how much you torque these, because they're going to get loose after the first break-in warm-up anyway, and then you got to redo it anyway. So, oh, I lost track because it turned. Okay. All right. So now we don't know if we got spark or not, and we're pretty sure we got compression. So we will spin this and check for compression, and then we'll check for spark. Then we'll mount a gas tank on it, and then we'll be good. You can cut. See how this goes. We're not going to spin it fast enough for this Black & Decker drill, but any compression is good compression. Looks like we're about 30. I think the other engine was 30. So if this one runs its shit at 30, then 30 is shit, and it'll probably run the stuff though. It's got oil in it, and we just rotated the shit out of it, so I don't see any leaks. Workbench looks dry, shaft looks dry. Alright, we'll come back here in a second for the spark test, and we'll see where that's at. Alright, so, oh, well, you can see that. That's the plug I pulled out of the motor that's kind of destroyed, and you can see it's really, really, really carbony and kind of wet. I don't know if that's rich or what, but we're not. We'll clean that up a little bit before we throw it in the other one. Test for spark. A word of advice is not to sand the little tip, because the little tip's what they coat with whatever the coating is, and if you sand that, even get it slightly sanded on, or any abrasion at all, it'll wear that special platinum or radium or whatever coating off of it, and then it's junk. So, spark tester. All right. Now this one, we're going to crank it. We're going to see if that thing lights up, then we got spark, and if we got spark, then we'll put a gas tank on it, and we're ready to start. So, wrong thing. All right, let's see if we get lights. We got lights. Yep. Here. This will probably shock me. Oop. Ow. All right, so we got spark, we got compression, whatever compression we got. So all we need to do now is throw a gas tank on it, and we are ready to mount it to the cart and see if it runs. So, good. I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to pull the tank off. I know you weren't on there. I know what it did. I know what it did. Smaller. One bolt away. What the hell size is that? Maybe. Got it. Woo. That wasn't tight. Didn't even need it. Oh yeah. This guy. I probably could take the tank off and make this a lot easier. And then I'd have to put the tank back on. And I would do two more things to get one thing done. I'm not going to do that. But I don't know. I mean, I had a gasket on it. It's not the right one. We're just going to reuse the homemade gasket thing. Upside down. That would have been nice. Don't tear. Don't. Woo! We got a hole. Alright, we're good. Yep, we get this tank mounted and we are home free. any bolts and exhaust bolts. Make sure these, yeah, they screw in. Alright. That doesn't line up, so that should work. Yeah. No. That's closer. I think I can stretch that one. Wow, there's like no threads going through. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I don't know where all the bolts went. These are all I have. These are too short. Maybe. But they fit. You know what? I'm gonna save our neighbors some headaches, and I'll use these bolts. Oh, there's a lot of washers on that. I get free washers. Alright, that didn't work. Now I'm on the conquest of finding the right size again. That's the right size? Oh, I get it. I need a wrench. Alright, that's loose. We'll just use these bolts on the straight pipe. Since this motor's dead anyway. Probably use less washer. Alright. Make sure the other side tightens up. Might be able to reach that one. Okay, one of them definitely fit. Just gotta make sure. I don't think that's the right size. Is it? No. That's why it's spinning. Alright. I mean, I could just get the. Yeah. But why? That's not even the right size. Bigger. Metric? Hi, 10. Are you a 10? You're not a 10. Are you an 8? You're not an 8. Are you an 11? No. Then you're American. You're not that size. You know, I probably got the right size. I probably just rounded the thing. Oh, I did. Right. Probably just rounded it off. Alright. That's nice and snug. Alright, so I need something to go on that. Bolt, nut, thing. Wow, it's a miracle. Just a random nut. Fit. Okay, I need one of those lock washers. No, I'd rather not use a Harbor Freight one. One of these gold ones. I just don't want the exhaust to fly off while we're going down the road. Alright, so now to snug that up. Not that. Nope. 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 That's not coming on. Ooh, I got more back here. Woohoo! That'll work. Alright, right now it might start. So we're going to get this mounted to the cart so it doesn't go flying off the bench. And then we are going to see about how it fires up. This should be nice and loud. So, catch you in just a second once I get it mounted up. Alright, so before we start that up and have a good day, we're going to tear this one apart and see just how we messed this one up. The first oil change after the break-in was very, very sparkly. So, we will see. We'll drain the oil first. I just put new oil in it. I didn't run it because it had, sparkles. And so I didn't want to run it because something's obviously wrong. And I figured it'd be a good lesson for you and me both to just find out what went wrong. Like many of you, I followed the advice of something on the internet. That's probably what we got wrong. Let's go ahead and zoom in here to the oil here. You can turn the light on if you can. Just get in here nice and close so we can see what's going on. Get in as close as you can. I want to focus on this right here. Because with any luck, it's shiny. No. No, whatever it was. Oh, there's little bits of metal coming out. I can see it. You can see that little metallic strip in the bottom there. No, it don't look that bad. It might have just been the break-in. There's some clumps coming out. That's not good. It might have been just the break-in period. We're still going to open it up and kind of look it over. See what might be rubbing on what, tearing up what. And this motor might be savable. It might have just been a carb issue, but it sure didn't have any horsepowers though. Alright. I'll pop the valve cover off and ooh! Yeah. Yeah, you see that little sea of metal. You see that sea of metal there in that oil. It's nice and sparkly. Yeah, something getting it up. Oh. So what we did to this motor was what the internet suggested we could do. We did the valves. Reseated those, did the honed the cylinder, which I think that's probably where it messed up. Wow, that's tight. And we cleaned it like a million times, so there shouldn't have been any residual metal. That's good. That's tight. All right. Probably going to leak all over the floor. I'll grab that oil pan. Alright. Yeah, so we did some machining on the block. There's video on us doing the head. I don't think that had anything to do with this. I think it's when we honed the cylinders when everything went bad. But we're going to tear this off to find out. Hope that catches most of this. Oh, we're getting some rippies. Oh, get on there. Now, they give you price spots, but I mean, none of them work. Oh, there we go. Ooh, perfect. Try to save this gasket. Don't get tore. Oh boy. Ah, it broke. Alright, now that gasket's gone. Alright. So we got some sparkles all over this plate, so it's all those surfaces look nice and shiny. I don't think those are where it was wearing at, but it kind of looks like it might have been. A little bit of brake clean, speed this up. Oh yeah, that's like a ton of metal. We'll bring you in a little bit closer with the light on. Yeah, that's even after spraying it out. There's quite a bit of break-in metal there. It doesn't look like any of the teeth are getting chewed up. Doesn't really look like. I mean, that journal might have been getting. It doesn't look scored though, so I don't think that's it. And all the teeth look good still. None of the block looks damaged. I suspect it's either in the valves or in the head, so we'll go ahead and clean the rest of that out and tear that off and take a look at what that cylinder head looks like. Terrible. Wow! So anyway, we're going to start this motor up over here. We'll get to you in a minute. Alright, it's cloudy in here. It fired up for a second. I just wanted to kind of make sure it was going to. Before we, this drill's clutch is about out, so it's going to sit there and a lot. Oh yeah, it's a runner. Some carb adjustment, but it's burning good. And the last one, the carb is overfilling. This looks like it's thirsty. It's eating up all the fuel. It's probably got, all five horsepower that it needs. So, whew. What the hell? Anyway, there might be some carbon monoxide in here. So it's runner, it's good, and that one, we'll get back to that in just a second, but yeah, one success and one failure, so do some carb adjustment, and then we'll get back to this one. This one we'll probably be outside with in the next couple months when it's 12 feet of snow out, so, oh, that sounds mean with that little backfired on it. Yeah, we need to give it up our fuel. Alright, let's see what the damage is in here. Alright, well, the head gasket looks good. A little bit of carbon buildup, like it was running really rich. And the cylinder head doesn't look bad, really. Like, bring you guys in here real quick. I mean, it don't look. Yeah, it don't look bad at all. Now this motor is probably savable. It's probably just breaking those rings in. Ooh, yeah, that thing came all the way out. Well, that's not good anymore. Okay. The gears look good. Nothing looks extra worn. Nothing looks terrible. I'm just gonna slap it back together with no gasket label on the top and just, I'll put it back for a project engine later on instead of tossing it. I was hoping to see some major damage so we could have something to see, but there ain't nothing wrong with it really. Just break in metal and new rings, piston. The cylinder looks nice. There's no scratches, no gouges. The rings obviously are fine because the piston's still together. So, I mean, it doesn't look bad at all, really. It's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping it was a goner, but yeah. well, that about wraps it up for Compton Shenanigans episode, whatever this is. And we'll get some more videos out shortly on that running outside in the snow coming up once I do some carb adjustments on it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, do the Patreon thing. I swear I'll get to that sometime this year. But, see ya.